Greetings everyone, thanks for stopping by the channel. It's Moodog from Moodog's Frugal RCs and more. Today we are in the research kitchen doing a rig rundown on a really cool new vehicle for my channel. This is a vehicle made by Pinzan Dongman, and I'm not making that up. It's right up here on the left hand corner. We're going to call this PZ going forward so I don't have to spit that big long word out there. But this is a U.S. military truck. Now this is to scale. It's a 1/16 scale, very high as far as the detail goes on this, and very cool. This is one of many that you're going to be seeing on my channel coming up. I'm going to start collecting these and modifying them, so I think it's going to be a cool journey for all of us to check out. And don't worry, there's going to be more of the bashers and stuff like that coming up with a little bit more emphasis on mid-grade or mid-level bashers as well. But this is first in a series of military trucks that I'm going to be featuring on my channel and doing reviews on and just enjoying. Right here we have, it's supposedly high powered, it's 6 volts, but we're going to up the ante on that, guys. I'm going to be modifying that in the upcoming near future. This is called an omni-bearing control system. I don't know what that all means. We're going to find that out in a little bit. Full function, forward, reverse, left, and right. We have a 1/16 scale and then kind of leaf spring shock absorbers on this thing. On the back side of the box, we have some information on the truck itself. Now this is saying on the left hand side here, separate power transfer box, one body front driving bridge. Now this is a lot of broken English, a lot of weird Chinese to English translations, so bear with me on this. I'm not going to be able to explain everything just yet, but we have front transmission shaft, rear transmission shaft, steel plate, shock absorbing suspension. Those are the leaf springs I was talking about before. Rotary gearbox, C-shaped aluminum beam, tune, on and off. I think they're going through the numbers right there, and that's kind of showing you what each one of those little number bubbles represents. I'll go ahead and read this real quick here too. 1/16 scale 4x4 drive simulation U.S. military truck, designed for entry-level truck model. Has high imitation appearance and structure. Body chassis frame construction, all aluminum truck main beam or frame beam, leaf spring suspension, makes the off-road performance and loading capacity more manifest of this product. And this model truck used a transfer case as a power output to front and rear axle. We tried to let all hobbyists learn as much as knowledge of dynamics of machinery and enjoy the off-road performance with this product. This product also keep a big range of upgrade space for a professional hobbyist. The turning gearbox can be modified to 17G steering gear system. Also later, the metal assembly of transmission shaft and driving bridges are coming soon. Push the off-road and climbing performance to max of this type of products. So you can see the English or Chinese to English is a little on the lacking side there, but I think it pretty much gets the point across. Huge range of suspension, stroke, strong pass performance. Newest front position battery bin design. One body front driving bridge. One body rear driving bridge. We're going to open it up and see what's inside the box. We'll do a little inspection on it. I'll get the battery charged up and we'll just get it powered up and take a look at it. Stand by, guys. All right, guys, we've got everything unboxed and out on the table. Now let's take a look and see what we have inside. First off, we're going to find our owner's manual. Now the manual is nothing more than an 8x11 sheet of paper with print on both sides. One side is going to have all Chinese language, and then the other side is going to have the English language version of this. And as alluded to before, I think the Chinese to English translation might be lacking in some respects, so it's going to be incumbent upon you, the purchaser, or you, the owner, to kind of fill in the blanks where there are blanks. But everything looks like it's pretty much there. It's going to give you, decent information on how to get the batteries charged up, put into the vehicle, and the vehicle off and rolling. You're going to get a battery with this, guys. It's going to be a 500 milliampere hour, 6-volt NiCad pack here. Really easy to replace if you decide you're going to use these for your kind of forever type of battery. Batteries Plus Bulbs here in the United States builds these relatively inexpensively. You would have to supply the ends, though, obviously, and being that this is kind of a proprietary, almost toy grade end on here, yeah, you should be able to find them somewhere. So if you did want to go and get more of these, you can either purchase them or pre-made or have them made by a Batteries Plus Bulb type store. Also with the kit, you're going to get 4 extra leaf springs, and these are metal, so nicely done there. The charger that this is coming with is going to be the proprietary end, guys, but it's also a USB. Again, I keep saying this every video that I see these in every vehicle that I have that I've got these types of chargers with. I like these. They're very portable, very practical. You supply your own wall wart and phone charger, that type of thing, or plug this into a portable power bank. This is going to require a minimum of 5 volts, 2 amps to get it powered up, and then the output on here is going to be 6 volts at 250 milliamp per hour. So it's going to roughly be 2 hours to fully charge the battery up. The transmitter it comes with, guys, is very toy-like, very plasticky. It's going to be kind of on the small side as well. So outside in the wintertime, for me, I'm going to have to wear fingerless gloves on this. The trigger feels kind of gritty and almost crunchy feeling. Nothing really too nice there. All you have on here is a power switch. There is nothing on here for any kind of trim functionality for dual rates for your steering or your throttle. It's going to be pretty much go or not go. You don't have any, there is no proprietary or no proportional throttle or proportional steering, and I'll test that just to make sure, but I'm almost positive at this point, prior to testing it, that it is just pretty much all or nothing when it comes to steering and throttle response. This is going to require you to have 2 AA batteries, which I've already installed in here, and it does have a screw, and I took that out and it's sitting over here, but it is going to but it does have a screw already installed in there. So in order to get the batteries in, you're going to have to remove that screw, and they have not provided a screwdriver. This is one of the very few vehicles that I've come across, or RC vehicles, whether it be land or air, that doesn't have that screwdriver that I have. I have got probably 100 of them laying in my drawer somewhere here. But so just keep that in mind. You're going to have a screwdriver to get those batteries out. So nothing really too great about that. I'm hoping it's going to do the job for the time being. And we'll take a look at the truck next, guys. So we can see the truck is very high detail. One of the reasons I got this is because I like doing upgrades. I like doing modifications, and this is a perfect platform for doing so. I got this because of the high attention to detail on here. We can see that we have these swing out mirrors. The mirrors do swing out on the sides here. We have these little D-rings up in front here, and I don't believe these are functional, although it does look like they're hinged. These might pry away. I'm not going to try right now, maybe not. But we have D-rings up in front here for towing. We have a molded-in winch up in front. We have 2 working LED lights, and I'll show you those in just a second. These on the side here are just basically dummy lenses on there, so there's nothing happening out of those. We can see that we have rubber tires on here that are installed via Phillips screws on all 4 corners here. But again, the attention to detail on here, guys, is astounding on this Pinzon vehicle. And we can see in the back of the bed here, we have the 4x4 letting you know that it is 4-wheel drive, and then the star in the center there. So the detail in here, guys, is really, really nice. You can see inside the bed, you can see the ribbing inside the bed here, and the ribbing on the outside, the panel partitions on the outside here, the tanks on both sides. I believe there's one on the other side as well. So we have 1 gas tank there, and then 1 fuel tank there, and high detail with the cap on the top there. The interior of the vehicle is also nicely done, guys. We were seeing some texturing on the inside there with the 2 seats, and the textured center here for the engine, where the engine would normally be mounted in the vehicle, and in a compartment up on top there, and then the steering wheel. So nice detail on here. That's again The reason I chose to start my collection of these and start out a little on the lower side was because of the attention to detail, and the upgradability of these is very, very great. So let's go ahead and take a look at the underside of the vehicle now, and we can see the again, the detail on here is very nice. We have a little trailer hitch hook on the back here, so I do plan on getting some other vehicles to tow behind this, or some other trailers and whatnot if I can, to tow behind. We can see that we have a servo that's basically going to be right here, guys, and our steering trim is mechanical and it's up front. We have a power switch right next to it. The steering rack itself is going to just be all or nothing. Rubber tires, if I haven't mentioned before. We have a drive shaft in the center here, or I'm sorry, the kind of a transfer case in the center here with two differentials on the ends, and then plastic drive shafts, but they are telescoping. You can see that there, to compensate for the leaf springs. Now this does have leaf springs front and rear, and they are metal, so this is set up pretty decently in that respect, very realistically, if you want to use that term. So that's pretty much the truck right there, guys. I'll show you how the battery gets installed in here. Alright guys, installing the battery, the trucks are pretty simple. You have a little notch here on the side of the hood. You go ahead and lift that hood up, and you can see that's where the battery is stowed. I'll go ahead and disconnect this and pull this out to show you guys how to get this back in place. And we'll just grab it and pull it out of the way. And you can see there's a pretty good sized battery compartment in here, guys. So we'll be able to fit a higher capacity 7.4 volt lithium polymer or LiPo battery is what I plan on upgrading to with this vehicle. But connecting the stock battery is nothing more than just lining up the plastic tabs on here and snapping it into place, and we can see that we have flashing LEDs, which means I forgot to turn the power switch off. But let's go ahead and get the battery stuffed in here, and we basically just set it in, kind of slide it towards the back of the vehicle and pop it down. And we can see we've got plenty of room up in front here to stow the wire. So we'll just set the wire into place there and then go ahead and close our hood. And that's pretty much it right there. So let's turn the vehicle off for the time being, guys. First thing we're going to need to do to get this powered up is turn our transmitter on. So there's a power switch in the back right here. We'll go ahead and flip the power onto that, and we'll see that our LED is going to flash on the side there, letting us know that we definitely have power. Next thing we're going to do, guys, is flip the car up and turn and hit the power switch on the car itself. And we can see we have flashing, and that should stop flashing sooner or later. I may have to, let's see what we have here. Okay, it looks like I had to throttle up and then throttle down again, and that actually bound the vehicle. When the lights are out, that means the vehicle is one of two things, either bound to the transmitter or the battery is completely dead. In this case, I believe it is bound to the transmitter. I made mention before of the lack of proportional anything on this vehicle. The steering is in fact non-proportional, so it's all or nothing, but the throttle is definitely proportional. So we'll go ahead and hit that throttle just a little bit there, and you'll see these wheels spinning a little bit there. So this will crawl, and then increasing pressure on the throttle. That's full throttle right there, guys. Not too bad, not too bad at all. In reverse. Reverse is as well proportional. Another feature I like about this, guys, is the fact that these lights aren't on right now, even though the power switch is on underside of the truck. The lights only go on when I'm giving it throttle or when I'm turning the steering wheel. So you can see it is all or nothing steering. So there is no proportional steering on there. I do plan on upgrading the servo on here at some point to get this to be proportional, and then maybe doing some modification with the motor as well. But on the underside of here, guys, I'll show you real quick. We're going to take a look at the drivetrain in action here. So I'll give it a little bit of forward throttle. We can see the drive shafts front and rear there spinning inside of the differentials, which are pumpkin style, pretty highly detailed diffs on here, guys. I can see that or not. I hope you can. Yeah, you can see them So you can see the diffs on there. But nicely done, ripe for upgrades, guys, and there's plenty of stuff you can do with these. There are parts available. Hobbyists are out there and they're building these things up. That's exactly what I intend to do with this one. Now, this would make a perfect gift for the hobbyist in your life. Somebody maybe's got a birthday coming up, or for whatever reason, just kind of for whatever reason gift. Make a great gift for the hobbyist. Also a nice gift for someone that maybe doesn't have any cars or any trucks, or maybe a kid. Even in its stock form like this, I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play with. But it does have that and it does speak to me and say, upgrades, let's do some upgrades, let's do some modifications. So it does have that flair about it as well. I think for everything you're getting in the kit, you're getting a couple of spare leaf springs here. You're getting your manual, albeit a little broken English, but you're still getting that manual. You're getting the USB proprietary charger, which I think is nice if you plan on keeping the stock battery, and the remote. So the remote's nothing great. It's nothing really that fabulous. I think it'll do its job. But everything you're getting here for under $50, I think is a pretty good deal thus far. Now, I haven't had this thing out yet. I have not done any testing on it. There will be a video forthcoming of the test. I'm not going to call it an urban bash. I will call it an urban run on this vehicle, and I'll kind of make a determination what I think of it in its stock form at that time. That's pretty much it for this video, guys. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. Thanks to all my new subscribers. Thanks to the people that have been with me from the start. I really appreciate each and every one of you. We'll see you all in the next one. God bless the Republic.